So I just wanted to cover off the latest update of Notion that we've had. Previously, we have this version of Notion. This is a template, obviously, but it's how Notion displays the blocks of data. So as you can see, within this page, we have lots of different database views, of which the database is shown here. This is a linked view of that database, which is what the arrow shows, but there's lots of different versions of that same database. You can see it's the same database because the database name is displayed here, which is great. You know where you are, but the problem is when you look at the navigational panel, and you're seeing multiple views of the same data, all you see on the navigational side is lots of views of tasks. It doesn't tell you which view you're looking at. So in here, it's the quick log view in the inbox section. In here, it's the critical list. This view is reminders, none of which we could change to display what those views were. With the new update of Notion, we now can do that. We can rename. So with the new version of the hub, I have same look and feel, all on the same page, all the same data. But if I now open up that, we can see the particular views of the database and we can see where we go. So we could quickly click on, easy for me to say, quickly click on that link and it opens up that view as a page in its own right. Whereas if you're on the overall page, this is the same view for that quick task log item. So another thing that has changed within this version is the database, the displaying of the database name. Just one of the many things we can now see that's different within the Notion database. So if I click on properties of the database and go to layout, there's an option to toggle on or off the database. So as you can see, now that that is showing the database title, we can still see it's displaying tasks. But actually, it's neater if I don't show that, and we can then rename the view accordingly. So let me find a view of a database that has got lots of different views. So let's go tasks in progress. And as you can see, the views here, it's all the tasks. So it's all the same database. Again, if I just toggle on the database line, we can see it's all tasks, but we can hide that and we can now just look at the views. Depending on how many views you have, you can see them in a list view like that, or however many it can fit across the screen. So again, that's quite a nice look and feel change that Notion has put in that is now different in the updated version. But I just wanted to make sure that when you buy the new version, this is what you're going to look at rather than the version that is on the previous video that's talking about blocks. We also have, so again, this is a new version of the planner, exactly the same core process, but this time we have navigational elements in it, which allows us to click. So we can just, instead of everything being on one page like the previous version, we can go to a page that is particularly about that particular activity and look at the information from there. So it's just two different ways of displaying the data, but the core way that Notion works is still the same. It's all about the look and feel. So again, we have different views of the same data. So this is a much neater view now. Everything's been renamed and reformatted to use the new layout version compared to the previous one where you didn't know where you were going.